Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready With Me, Louise. So I'm excited because we're moving through these palettes actually fairly quickly. And I've been really enjoying playing and rediscovering each and every one of them. Today we're going to be doing the Divine Rose 2, which would be the Mothership 8 palette. So with the last one, it was mostly a neutral palette. I mean, what in today's would be an everyday palette, you would say. This palette is more, how do I word this one here? First, let's see if we can, first of all, this one here, the shade, it's like a duochrome. It's pink, and then it goes into like almost a green, really. But I mean, it's still a neutral palette, though. I know the pops are going to get you. Just like with the first two, right? Like that pop of blue and that pop of green. Well, it's got that pop of pink, okay? But for the most part, it can definitely be a rather neutral palette. Not as neutral as the first one. But I do feel a lot of people had mixed reviews on this, but I do feel this was needed in the sense that it complements the other palettes so well. Now, when she released these, she also had released, I believe, the 4-pan palettes, and there was a 6-pan palette. So it's kind of like you get a variety of it all through the releases. But if you're just like a lover of Mothership palettes, this was needed in her collection, I feel. I haven't even pulled the thing off of the mirror, okay? Okay. Now, if you look at this palette, you would say, if you know anything of my videos, this is right up my alley. With colors, you'd be so correct. So the first shade we're going to go to is Naked Blush, and we'll talk. So you would be so correct to say that this is a palette that is up my alley for color story. And it is. But, and I like it. Don't get me wrong there. I do like it a lot. But at the same time, I actually like this palette a lot better when combining it with the first one. Now, with that said, being that these are $125 a piece, you don't really need, you don't want a companion palette to be that much. You know what I mean? In realities, price range, I guess you would say. But I won't, lie either. So I do like it better. However, I do like just using this palette by itself at the same time. And I think you can create a lot of different looks using the palette, from colorful to everyday, from day to night. Like, you can go all sorts of ways with it, absolutely. This here's the eye look that we're going to create using a couple of the shades. I didn't use them all, and I have reviewed this palette before, I'm pretty sure. Of course, I was barely getting into makeup, in a sense, when I did film it. So, I'm not so sure the look turned out all that great. But I also don't really remember what I had done with the look either. I don't believe I did this particular look, though, being that I really tried to step back and look at this to make this look, and use the colors that I feel like most people would want to see. So that is the Naked Blush shade. I have no idea where. Oh, sorry guys. I dropped my mirror. Now I'm going to take the shade Rose Seduction, and it's that hot pink shade, and I'm just going to run it under the lower lash line. Now this particular shade I like a lot. And usually it would be up on the top part of my lid. But I kinda just wanted to put the pop of color, honestly, on my bottom lash line. And keep it somewhat basic on the top. Obviously, again, it's Pat McGrath, so how basic can it really be? But that's just, you know, my view on it. You know what I mean? Everybody has their own opinions. So, as I was, you know, like I said, I like to combine this with the first one. Again, you can definitely make looks just by using this palette if this color story screams to you more. And I can see where it would, in the sense that at least you do get some pops of colors, but yet still get that everyday look. Did I say what shade this was? This is Extreme Burgundy. So I can see, you know, people purchasing this one over the first one for that reason. And again, it's all about color story, to be honest. And depending on what day of the week it is, you know, it could, your favorite could be a different palette each time, you know what I mean? But I will say, as I was, and also, like my 4 pans, I started looking at them, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually do cohesive looks using just the 4 pans. I am going to try to do that, but chances are I'm going to have to bring something into it, because some of them only have like her special shades, you know what I mean? So we will see when we get to that particular, you know, series. But I did want you to be aware. And some of them aren't even available right now, you know what I mean? Because they're special editions. Same with the 6 pans. But I'm still going to do looks with them. A, just in case she ever brings them back. Or B, if, you know, you ever decide you may want to purchase it, it may be online or something, you know? You might be able to find them. Plus, it lets me take a second look at them and see if, again, not getting rid of any of them, but I can at least put them up to where I know I'm not going to reach for it, in the sense of, you know, just to have. And whether it even be for comparison, you know, purposes for other palettes. It is so hard to get these correct. Both eyes. Just going back into that first shade. But I do like this color story, because you can keep it bright and light, to be honest. Or you can make it deep and dark. It really is just up to you on how you want to do it. And like the first shade I used, it's like a an orange almost. It's an orangish color, but it's not orange. I really don't know how to, it's like a light orange pink maybe. I don't know how to describe it. But if you had that and then the pink shade, I mean, and then, you know, one of the special shades, I mean, that's almost like a spring look in a sense if you didn't add the darker shades to it. You know what I mean? But I did want to do the darker shades because I feel like that's more of a look. It shows more depth and stuff in the look. But again, you know, your imagination is the limit to these palettes on, you know, what you like and what you want. I think I got it as dark as I need it over here. this is the darkest shade in the palette. So as far as depth goes, like, this is the darkest you're going to get. Yeah. And there's only, I believe there's only 2 mattes in this one. Yeah. So these are the only 2 mattes also in this palette, just so you know. Alright. Then I'm going to take that same shade, Extreme Burgundy, and I'm going to run it right along the lash line, but not covering up that pink. We want that pink to definitely stand out. You know, not to complain about weather, but it was so warm the last couple days. Like, I've had the air one about to die, sweating doing these videos and trying to keep the air, you know, the air conditioner off and the fan so that you all can hear. Because if I have that on, you can't hear nothing in this room. But it is so cold today. So cold. And I find that funny because it's like, no matter what, it's not pleasing me in a sense. And I feel that's like makeup. You know what I mean? It's going to please some, and it's not going to please others. It is what it is. The next shade I'm going to go to is Viii Sextra Terrestrial. What a name. What a name. I tell you, these names, though, are something else, too. And like I said, it's almost like a pink into a green. A duochrome. And I find it really pretty. Is it unique in the beauty world in general? No. But is it unique in her range? Yes. And again, the reason I started with the Mothership palettes, because these are palettes that you can still get, if any of them did interest you. And being a beginner of makeup, you can see how easy or hard it is to use. Or maybe you're intermediate, or wherever you are with your makeup skills, you know? Everybody's different. I just consider myself a consumer of makeup. I just love it. It's just so pretty. I like makeup a lot. Probably a little too much. And then for inner corner, I'm going to go into Astral Pink Moon. And this is a special shade. Again, I probably should wet it, because this is one that can definitely, you know, go everywhere. But I don't have issues with it, as long as I don't touch it, and I just sort of like pat it in, like press it in, and then sort of easily move it around. If I do it that way, I really don't have to wet it. Of course, if you want that more of a metallic look to it, you do want to spray it or use some sort of adhesive or something. And then I'm just going to take it a little bit up, like I did here. Again, just sort of pushing it in and then moving it up, because I do not want fallout all over my face in a sense. But I also don't want to wet it. Okay. And I'm just going back into that first shade and moving it in a little bit closer here. And these shadows are very easy to manipulate, move around. I do want to try, I don't know which one though. I've been using all my refer brushes when doing these particular looks, and I would like to use synthetic brushes, but at the same time I may do that on like just on an off day, because I don't want to start the look and then have issues or something, but then I can get back to you on that. Okay, I think I got it where I wanted. I think they're both pretty well even. And then for my waterline, I used the ColourPop Creme Gel Liner in is it Blown Away? I think it's Blown Away. It's out of the Avatar collection. This is so pretty. I didn't realize it. I don't know how I didn't realize it, but it's like a light pink. I mean, lighter than my nails though, but very like shimmery, or almost like a metallic looking, like the silver that I love so much, except it's like a pale pink. But I think it's just so pretty. I don't know if you can see it really, but it's a very pretty one. I kind of want to get a backup of it because I'm scared it might, you know, sell out. And then for lips, I actually use the Pat McGrath Little Collection. I love these. So what it is you get a lip liner, a lipstick, and a lip gloss. And I had gotten two, one in a red, and then this is the rose. But you get to try out her formula first off. Okay, I think it was $25 for all three of them. But you get to try out the formula. It's in Divine Rose is the lipstick, Divine Rose for the lip gloss, and the lip liner I'm using is Bare Rose. I think it came with it though, I'm pretty sure, but it could have been a different one, I'm not for sure. But I like this because this particular one, the set, because it can go with Divine Rose 1 or 2, to be honest with you. The lipstick could. I mean, it can go with a lot of looks, but you know. I'm just going to use my Pat McGrath on the top lashes. And then also remember that, like, lashes can create a look, fix a look, you know. Lashes can do a lot. So if you do know how to wear them, I would suggest wearing them when doing like these looks using these palettes, because I do think it does take it to a whole nother level. And it would take it to a whole nother level if I did it too. It'd be a level of, what is she doing? Because I have no idea how to put them on. Be quite interesting though. I just get too frustrated with them. I still try, like at night or something, to put them on, and it never turns out good at all. But you know, I gotta try. I'll definitely never learn if I don't try. Okay. And then for bottom lashes, Lancome. And then we're done. That's it. And that's the final look using Divine Rose 2. So I have the Utopia palette next. And then the 2 Christmas palettes. And then I rank. I'm praying. Because my ranking, I really have a lot of different reasons for it. And we'll get into it when ranking. But it ain't going to be easy. It's not as easy as I thought. When I was just sitting here, like, in my head, I was like, oh, this one's 1, this one's 2, this one's 3. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of figured I knew, in a sense, where it was. Now I'm not so sure. After playing with these, you know what I mean? Just not so sure. And I know it's based on preference, and I am doing that, but I'm also keeping in my head, like, not just preference, but beginner friendly, you know what I mean? Like, that sort of stuff. Also, you know, because I do feel that that plays a big difference on these palettes also, and the price point of them. So all that will be said though during the ranking. But as far as the Divine Rose 2 goes, this is the look that I created. I think it turned out pretty good, to be honest. I definitely took it away that I didn't think I was going to take it, so that's a good thing. Like, I did kind of step outside my comfort zone with it, but at the same time, it's like I could have did better with the look. You know what I mean? But I guess that's just it. I get to play with it over and over again, so I'll figure out what look I like the best. You know, I've only played with this palette maybe 3 times. And that in itself is crazy. So I'm really looking at my collection and just sitting here thinking to myself, I mean, there's palettes I haven't even used, y'all. It's getting kind of ridiculous in a sense, you know what I mean? But that's all I got for you today. I hope this video helped you in some way yet again. I hope by the end that either if you are thinking about a palette and you're in a, you know, beginner, intermediate with your skills, that this does help show you. The biggest thing so far that I can suggest when purchasing any of these is that I generally don't have any issues if I'm using the real hairbrushes. And again, I'm not saying the synthetic does not work or that you have to have these. I personally just know that using the real hair has indeed made a difference. And it doesn't have to be Refer or Sonia G or Wayne Goss, you know. I mean, it definitely could be. Don't get me wrong. Those brushes are amazing. These brushes are amazing. But just if you have any brand that's got real hair. I don't know if Morphe makes real hair. I think they do. I'm gonna have to look, because I do have the Jaclyn Hill. Maybe I'll try that tomorrow. Because maybe it's not necessarily if it's real hair, but like the type even, you know. But I can say that if you have Refer brushes or Wayne Goss, because I have used those, using the Pat McGrath palette, you won't have any issues. That much I do know. So, with that said, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all. That way you're notified when I do upload. I am going through my collection, and I'm, you know, going to figure out what I want, what I don't want, what I feel is beginner friendly, and what you know, what is it that we're looking for? Like, what is the best of the best? Because that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for what is the best of the best that makes it easy for someone that does not have any skills. You know, that's what I want. That's what I want to use every day. Something that's going to make it quick and easy. Maybe not quick, because I'm slow. But in time, I'm hoping, is where I'm, you know, headed with it. So, but that's all I got. So I'll see you on my next one. Stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.